Hello guys, welcome to Soundcheck Studio GH. It's been a while. Okay, you people are not subscribing at all. I need the numbers to rise. Okay, today I have here Ashley DSP. This is Ashley 4.8 SP. Okay, it's a digital signal processor. Maybe it's not that common around here. We are much used to DBS drive rack PA. So should in case you have this around, let's do tutorials about this one too. Okay, so let's dive in. This is Ashley DSP 4.8 SP. This gives you 4 inputs and 8 outputs. Okay, right. So let's start from the left. You have a USB that you can connect it to your laptop using the Ashley software to program this DSP. You have 4 inputs for this DSP, that is A, B, and C. So A, B, C, and D. This is the screen. It gives you a little screen. You have this escape button. This is upper toggle button. This is the lower toggle button. This is your wheel or your jog. You have gain, you have EQ, you have delay, you have crossover, you have limiter, you have recall, you have save, you have copy, you have mute, you have utility, and at the end of the day you have 8 outputs. Okay, right. So for you to process a channel, or for you to modify a channel, the first thing you have to do is to select either the input or the output, anyone that you want. Okay, so what you do is you click on that specific. So let's say I want to modify this, or I want to edit this. Let's say this is the left channel of my DSP. I'll just click on it, and right now it's on the gain because the gain is selected. So I can boost the gain due to how I want it. Okay, I can boost the gain due to how I want it. When I select EQ, this gives me parametric of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gives me 6 parametric EQ, unlike DBS drive rack that gives you 4. Okay, so you have here, this is the gain for the EQ, then whatever you want to do. It gives you delay. Okay, so this is what you can use to do whatever you want to do. This is when I click on the X over, this is your crossover, and you can set everything as you want. This is limiter. You can set this to like the amount you want, or whichever way you want it. Okay, the threshold, the release at time, blah 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 blah. And this is the save button. This one, this is the copy, this is the mute, this is the utility. Okay, so let's start. Right now, let's say I want to use this output 1 for my tops. Okay, so I will select this. When I click on it, means I have selected it. Okay, since you have selected this channel, any button you click here, it will affect only this button. Okay, it will affect only this. So let's say right now, let's go to the crossover for this. This is my crossover. Okay, if you see very closely, let me just zoom in. If you see closely, you see you have low pass filter. That's the LPF. Okay, this is your low pass filter, and we know the use of low pass filter, right? Good. So for you to switch between this, maybe if you have some numbers here and here, you have to use this upper toggle button. Okay, so when I click on it, you see there's a cursor that is beeping around there. Okay, yes, so I can choose this to be high pass, low pass, or whatever that I want. Okay, so if let's say I'm using this low pass, and I want to edit the frequency, I'll click on this lower bottom toggle here, and I can adjust the frequency that I want. Okay, so let's say this is for my line arrays, so I don't need it to be at that frequency. I want to go all the way high. Okay, so I'm on, let's say 20k. Maybe that's the option my line array can do. And if you want to switch from here to change your filters, that is your slopes, okay, you just click on this lower toggle button here, and you have link width, relay, bezel, beta-watt. Okay, so beta-watt gives you 12 dB of octave, and bezel 12 dB, link width, relay 12 dB. It gives you 24 dB beta-watt, link width, and bezel. It gives you 48 of beta-watt, link width, and bezel. Okay, so you have 3 filters, right? Good. So let's say I want to use sorry, let's go to closer back. Let's say I want to use maybe beta-watt of 24, link width relay of 24. So right now, meaning I have set the high pass of my line array. Okay, so let's say I want to set the high pass. Okay, I'll just click on this. Remember the upper toggle button here, I'll click on it, and I can change this to high pass. Please, it's on high pass and you see it's off. It doesn't mean that what I did here is not working. It is actually working, but I've moved from one folder to another, or from one phase to another. Okay, so I'll just turn it to high pass, and you see the high pass is off, meaning I'll have from 20 Hz going to my line array, which I don't want that. So I'll just turn to go to the frequency that I want. So let's say I want it at 81.1, and I want to use beta-watt link width relay 24 dB of octave. Okay, yeah. So right now I have been able to set up my crossover for my line array. Okay, maybe someone will ask, okay, fine, since I have selected only this output and you are doing stereo output, how can you do this? Will you select this one and after you come and edit this one to? No, we have a way. Since you have selected this, you can click on this copy button here, and you see it is asking you copy output 1 to which output. Okay, so to output, then you have the option right, then you select maybe the output you want. Okay, let's say I want to do for my 2, so I'll select 2, and you see 2 is there, and you click on copy again. Okay, so right now let's select this 2, and I should go to my my crossover. You see everything I did is there because I've copied everything I did from this channel to this channel. Okay, good. So let's go to 1. Let's say you want to use the EQ of this DSP. What do you have to do? You click on this EQ here, and you see right now EQ1 is out, shows is on filter watt 4. So let's say I can toggle, as I said, with this upper toggle button. I can choose the high shelf 2, high shelf 1, low shelf 2, low shelf 1. Okay, and parametric EQ. So I have the options to choose whether I want to use the low shelf 1, 2, or high shelf 1, 2. Okay, so okay, let's use parametric EQ for this scene. Yes, so you see you have the dB, that is your gain. Okay, and this is the frequency, and this is the octave you want to send it, or the bandwidth, how you want to control the bandwidth. Okay, so let's toggle back here. It's out, EQ1 is out, so I'll turn my jog and it's in, meaning I have activated this parametric EQ1. Okay, so for you to do this, you have to toggle down this button here to cycle to where you want to go. So let's say I want to boost 1000 hertz, that is 1k, 1 dB, I can. Okay, and nowadays it's, or maybe if I want to change the frequency, you toggle between this here, then you can choose the frequency that you want. Okay, you can choose the frequency that you want. Okay, any frequency you want, you can choose it from any slot. Okay, and you toggle again, you can use this bandwidth or the octave control. Okay, you can widen it, you can narrow it, or you can make it wider, anything you want. And this, for this, you won't see it as it will be for drive rack. Okay, so you have to know when they say maybe 1 octave how it is, or maybe yes, 1 octave, how wide 1 octave is. Okay, I think you can even practice this with your digital mix or something like that. Okay, so that's it. So right now, let's say you want to go to the next EQ point, I will cycle through this upper toggle button here, and I will choose the type of EQ I want. Okay, so I say it gives you 4, right, and the input gives you 6. Okay, so there is it. You can choose between the one that you want. Okay, right. So from right now, you know how to do crossover, you know how to do EQ. What if you want to control the gain of the outputs? So that you select that's given output, then you click on this gain, and you can boost or cut. Okay, and at the same place here is the place you can source from your input. Okay, this gives you the ability to, you know, choose any or source any input channel at all to your output. Okay, so let's say I was doing this output 1 here for my line array left. So since maybe I will input the output from my mixer to the A and B, that is the left and right, I would have what select I have to select this one, channel 1, and I'll toggle between the up here. Okay, and I'll make sure it's on A. The A means this one. Right now you see it's on ABC, meaning this current output here is receiving signal from A, B, and C, and we don't want that. So we'll cycle through using this upper here, then we'll turn this side off, meaning it's off. I will cycle again and I'll turn this off. So right now, meaning if this is for my left speakers, I'm receiving this from my left input from my mixer. Okay, I'm receiving this from the left input from my mixer. Let's say I want to do this 2. You see, when I click on the 2, the 1 is, you have set the 1 to A, so meaning you have to set the 2 to B because I'm doing stereo. Okay, so I have to turn this C off, and I'll cycle through and turn this A off. So right now, meaning I have sourced this A and B here to my output A and B. So when I'm doing stereo, yes, of course, my line array will benefit from this left and right stereo. Okay, at the same point, at the gain here, when I cycle down here, I can do crossover output gain. Okay, whether I want to boost it or I want to cut it or any way I want it, anyhow I want it, I can, you know, set it. And you have a polarity switch here. You can click on the down toggle button here, and you can choose normal or invert. Okay, if you want to invert the polarity of the channel or which way you want to do it, right? Okay, right now, what else? Let's do delay. You select the channel you want, you click on the delay, and bam, it's there. You can use this button here to toggle between the up and down. Okay, and this delay gives you shows milliseconds, meters, and feet. Okay, so the delay you want to, you know, turn it depends on what you want to do. Depends on what you want to do. Okay, so that's it. Let's check this limiter. You can select limiter for each individual output. Okay, so let's say this one, you can toggle between it's out, you can put it in, then you can maybe draw it down. Remember, this is the calculation for this is in dBu, not dBFS. Okay, so you see it's on negative 20 dBu, negative 10, 0 dB, and from plus 10 and to your clip. Okay, so there's it, negative 20, negative 10, 0, plus 10, and then your clip. Okay, so maybe you can set this where you want it to be. Okay, maybe if you want 20, fine, or maybe you want it to after plus 10, you don't want it to clip that much, you can set it to maybe 13, 14, 15, that amount you want. Okay, you can cycle through down here to choose the ratio you want, 1.2, 1.5, 6, 4, infinity, anyhow you want it, and cycle through again to, this is the attack, the A means attack. Okay, so the amount you want the limiter to attack. Okay, and this, the R means your release, so the amount you want this to work. Okay, so this is it. So as I said, this gives you 4 inputs and 8 outputs. Okay, so that's it. So let's say right now you are done, you click on this save. Okay, 1, then you click on it again, 2, preset stored. Right, so when you turn off the unit, then you power it on again, your settings is intact. Okay, nothing will happen to it. Or let's say if you want to recall a different channel, what you do is, let's say the number I was working on, let's say I'll hit on this recall button and I'll choose, I was working on this 27, and I'll hit recall again. Do you want to mute output? Yes, no. Then you can choose from this button here. Okay, so I'll choose no. So this is it. So this is the, let's say the EQ settings I did. Okay, and you see I'm sourcing it from A. When I go to output 2, I'm sourcing it from B, A, B. Okay, so you can do it anyhow you want. Okay, right. And you see the EQ here, this is the EQ I did to get the speakers flat. Okay, so you can see I have 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so there's it, right. So and after, I think I did delay for the speakers. Okay, to get them in time. So that's it. This is how you can program your Ashley DSP. Okay, so let's say if you want to mute output or input, you click on it, then hit on this mute and it will mute. You hit on it again, you can mute each individual output or input. Okay, or mute it, you can select them, you will unmute it. Okay, or you can mute your input as well. Or you can unmute it. And yes, of course, you can do EQ in your input. Remember I said this, it gives you 6. Okay, 6. Okay, and you can even set crossover for your inputs. Okay, or delay for your inputs, you can set delay for it, EQ anyhow you want it. You can crossover if you want. Okay, so there's it. Sorry, there's it. You can set the limiter, or I didn't use the limiter. Okay, so anyhow you want it, you can do that. Okay, welcome to my channel once again. Please subscribe, and if in case you want anything, you can leave me a message in my comments. You can contact me on +233 574 407447. Should in case you want me to visit your church, your venue, you want me to help with your sound, should in case you want to learn from me, you can contact the number. I do online classes, okay, so we can do it. Okay, see you on another video. Goodbye.